Hello everyone. Yesterday I was talking about activating the Merkaba, the flower of life, and to produce the soul gifts we have to work on the tree of life that we are going to create for our future timeline. Now, there is a best way to find out your soul gifts, and there will be many people who will be unaware of what the gifts are. You can start practicing quantum jumping, which is the easiest way to start any of these gifts. These are all higher dimensional or multi-dimensional gifts, but when you find that you yourself, your true self, is a part of your multi-dimensional self, which is comprised of your past, the present timeline you are carrying is actually the combination of your past and future timelines. And future is something that we need to create by understanding our multi-dimensional self. And that can happen only when we harness our soul gifts and work on our soul purpose, utilizing the soul gifts we have. To start with, we should try some of the easiest exercises to do, which are remote viewing and astral projection. If you go to look for quantum jumping, there will be many tracks on how to do quantum jumping. Quantum jumping is a way by which you can do out of body projections from your physical body. Once you practice quantum jumping, you will be able to do astral projections into dimensions that you cannot actually travel by the physical body. There are simple ways of doing it. You can start doing it by counting down from 3 to 1. Like you can visualize seeing the image 3 getting smaller and smaller on a big chart, on a big black chart in front of you. And then you can start seeing the number 2 getting smaller and smaller on a chart in front of you. And finally, you can see 1 which is coming smaller in front of you. And then you can visualize that you are running on a staircase which has got say 15 steps, and you are starting to climb the staircase one by one. And after the staircase, you are getting into a hallway and you are seeing your favorite spirit guide. You can visualize the face and features of the soul guide, specifically for guiding you, for helping you, guiding you in this lifetime that you have chosen to live as your multidimensional self. The main thing that we need to practice in doing any of these exercises is that we need to set our intention, what we are going to achieve by doing this. That is something we need to fix before we do any of these trials. Now, from the staircase, we are greeting the uh, spirit guide, and the spirit guide is talking to us, talking to you specifically, and you are shaking hands with him, and he is guiding you through a door which opens up to an astral realm, which you can imagine. You can only do it by visualization, because that is something that we can only go by our astral body. It is not something that has uh, existed in by reference or by history. You can it is an imaginary realm basically. And right now, unlike remote viewing, Astral projections can only be done for imaginary realms. You can imagine that there are dragons in the astral world that you are traveling. You can imagine great dinosaurs, or you can think about seeing mermaids or elements, angels. You can wish about seeing unicorns or griffins. Whatever your imagination is allowing you to open to the possibilities of a realm which you have not yet seen, and that is going to unfold in front of the door that the spirit guide is going to open about. And you can start counting from 3 to 1 backwards, and by the count of 1 you are entering the astral realm. And the longer you stay in the realm that you choose to be, in the imaginary realm, you can imagine that you are sitting under a waterfall. You can imagine that you are sitting in the moon, just like how Apollo 11 has landed. Or you can imagine that you are in a timeless, spaceless world, probably inside a cave on a Syrian star system. Or it could be, you know, out of space experience. It could be something that you are sitting in just sulfur and nitrogen gases. It could be anything that you can visualize. Astral projection is only for experiencing quantum jumping. This is something that we can develop all our abilities, like intuition, your psychic gifts, your gifts of knowing called as clear cognizance, your gifts of perception like sensing and feeling, that is called clairsentience, and your gifts of awareness and intuition, also clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is about seeing, having a vision about the future. All of these gifts can be developed by the master exercise, and to begin with, that is called quantum jumping. The more time you spend on the astral realm, it will be beneficial for you, because once you come back from that realm, you enter, you're allowing your astral experience to come back into your physical body, and that will help you do a past life regression sometimes without the need of what do you call auto regression meditation or something like that. Quantum jumping is the best way to move forward in a direction that you want to choose and to harness your soul gifts. The more time you spend in the astral world, the more beneficial it will be. And then after completing the meditation, say for example you are sitting there for 5 or 10 minutes, now you are coming back from the realms that you wish to uh, astrally project yourself into, and you are coming back, opening the door, and the spirit guide is standing there asking you about how the astral projection session was, and you are shaking hands with him and thanking him for the permission given to you for allowing you to do the quantum jumping. And you are coming back, and still your eyes should be closed, and you are counting the steps from 15 to 1. And after reaching ground, then you are allowed to open your eyes and come back into your physical body. This is the simplest of all quantum jumping exercises which we all can do to develop the fundamentals of what how our psychic abilities are built up in our system. Now I have told you about various gifts people can have, like sensing and feeling energy from objects. That is a gift called clairsentience. You can see sparks and trickles of energy when you close and open your eyes. For such people, it will be easier to practice gifts like other gifts like psychometry along with clairsentience. Psychometry is the art of feeling the past history of objects by sensing or feeling the energy of the objects by holding them in your hand. And you, there will be skills like energy reading. You can develop those skills of energy reading from intermolecular ether if we practice psychometry in a regular way. By doing clairsentience is a gift by which we feel the energy of objects. Suppose we are going to a room that is unknown to us, and we suddenly feel the history about that particular room or the people who were staying there. Or if someone goes to a strange location, suddenly they'll feel that someone has occupied in this area, or they'll be getting a sense of the things that were happening in the area. That there is a differentiation between clairsentience and claircognizance. Claircognizance is the art of knowing. Okay, suppose you know that after uh, being taken to a particular person, you know that this person has this history, or something that is strikingly appearing to you as a knowing is the gift of claircognizance. Now, there is another gift called as clairvoyance, which is about having a vision of things that are going to happen, and that can be developed by doing an exercise called as clairvoyance journeying. Clairvoyance journeying is similar to remote viewing and astral projection. Remote viewing, I think I have explained earlier. It is very simple, and we do remote viewing by visualizing that we are, say, in a remote location that you want to choose to be in. Like suppose you wanted to be near a waterfalls or a holiday spot which you always want to go. You can imagine that you are going there and connecting to the scenery there, and the people or the uh, objects that are associated with that particular location. That is remote viewing. Astral projection is done through quantum jumping. Now I am talking about clairvoyance journeying, which is something that we can do only when we are in a semi sleep state. There is a clairvoyance exercise which I have told you earlier to practice regularly. We can visualize objects like triangles, uh, pyramids shaped in the form of triangles. Like it should be solid objects. It will not should not be hollow. Or we can imagine spheres or cubes in different colors. Say for example, I am seeing a yellow tennis ball, which is an example of a sphere, and a red cube. Say for example, I am imagining a visualizing a ruby cube of red color, or a blue pyramid. Those kind of shapes can be visualized regularly to develop the gift of clairvoyance, because we see clairvoyance is a gift of seeing, just like clairsentience is a gift of feeling and claircognizance is a gift of knowing. Now once we develop the gift of seeing, what happens is we can practice something called as clairvoyance journeying. We can go into a lucid dream state. Like getting into a lucid dream is very simple. You basically need to lie down in the bed, and this can be done before sleep. Actually, you can start the quantum jumping to a favorite spot you want to be. You can imagine that you are in the Andromedan galaxy, or it could be anything. It could be say just like how you have seen the Avatar movie. It could be the scenery could be only graphics also. It could be anything that you can wish to choose as your destination. Now the point I'm going to talk about is clairvoyance journeying is something that you can do only when you leave your physical body, and you basically do an astral projection by lying down on the bed and start visualizing quantum jumping to a favorite place you want to be. And then you, instead of coming back, you stay there itself and having start getting visions about something that you want to see from. Here also, setting intentions is of prime importance before you start the clairvoyance journeying session. Now, before starting the session, before laying down, after laying down, we need to imagine, by setting the intention that okay, now I am going to Andromedan galaxy and trying to see the future records of planet Earth. Say for example, you are setting the intention like that, and then you do a quantum jumping by lying down and go. You visualize the astral projection I have talked about by climbing the stairs and seeing the spirit guide that you want to get guidance from in this lifetime, and you are entering the astral world. Now you leave it there because your astral body is there, and you can go into a start a theta mode of sleep. Like we have the alpha, beta, theta and delta modes of sleep. The alpha waves are the brain waves that are produced during our rapid eye movement just before the sleep state. Beta and theta waves are produced when we are in a deep sleep state. We go into theta and delta waveforms, and if we are in deep sleep state, we will not be able to memorize what we are seeing as clairvoyant visions for the future. So always we should be in a semi sleep state. That is the point where you will be able to lucid dream about things that are going to come, or you can see those things that has happened in the past, or you can see those things that are going to happen in the future also. And that is the area which you can develop by visualizing. After setting the intention that you want to see the future of a particular say for example attribute like Andromedan galaxy, you are trying to enter a theta wave brainwave mode, which is semi sleep. Like you can start closing your eyes and start allowing to visualize those things that are going to happen in your future using your third eye. You can visualize and try to see whether you can see any images in your third eye. If you are doing the clairvoyance exercise regularly by visualizing those triangles, spheres and cubes, if you are clairvoyant, then there are chances that you will get you will get to see certain images that may throw you a hint about those things that has happened in the past or future. This exercise is called as clairvoyance journeying. Now, not everyone will be able to do clairvoyance journeying, but once we do clairvoyance journeying, you can distinguish whether you have the gift of clairvoyance or not. Suppose you have the gift of knowing, which is of claircognizance, then, and if you are not able to see or visualize any of the images after closing your eyes, then I think you can start using the gift of claircognizance instead. That is the gift of knowing things. Now you can close your eyes, do the same astral projection, and if since you are not able to see see or pick up any images in your third eye, then you can get a feeling of things or knowing of things. Basically, if you are clairvoyant, then you will be able to visualize images. If you are not clairvoyant, then the chances are more that you are claircognizant. That is that is how you distinguish between what soul gifts you have specifically from your past lifetimes. And if you have there are chances that if you have claircognizance, then you will not be able to see things, see images or things, which is a gift of clairvoyance. There are people who can have both, and there are people. Mostly, what I've observed is if people have clairsentience, they can feel and sense energy from objects. They have clairvoyance also. They can visualize images also. And if you are claircognizant, then you will not be able to uh, see images. But almost all these gifts are soul gifts, which we can try to develop by doing this quantum jumping. By you can start doing remote viewing and then start doing astral projection, and finally we can start doing clairvoyance journeying. By doing these exercises, we can actually utilize the soul gifts for a better purpose in this lifetime, by utilizing that for our particular purpose in life. There are people who might have more abilities than what we have estimated about ourselves, but we need to find that out, and for finding that out we need to develop our psychic gifts by doing these small exercises. Thank you.